This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent professors, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
So may I come in?
Please come in. Manas.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Please sit down, Manas.
Thank you, sir.
Manas, you are already in IRMS. What are you doing currently? You are a probationer or you have completed your probation?
Sir, I am a probationer, currently on an extraordinary leave.
Okay. Tell me what major initiatives have been taken by the railways recently?
So there are multiple such initiatives. On capital expenditure, the railway is augmenting its track structure. Almost every state of the Northeast is under railway radar now. Secondly, the railway is also expanding in the region of Jammu and Kashmir. Thirdly, modern train infrastructure like Vande Bharat train and Amrit Bharat train are being run. And fourthly, sir, bullet train project, which is not primarily of the railways, but the officers of the railway are also contributing there.
All right, so let's take some of these issues. It is being said that some of the existing coaches would get converted into Vande Bharat. Do you think that's a good idea? Because then it would be like earlier kind of a train, except maybe some technology and some polish.
Sir, the concept or the idea behind this policy is to improve the ease of people who are traveling in the railways. The infrastructure would not just be refurbished, it would be a complete overhaul from seats to things like electrical points. And sir, railway is not stopping at this. It is also in the process of building new coaches. In fact, sir, new factories are being laid down. Jhansi is going to inaugurate a new LHV factory tomorrow. So the railway is doing...
What is LHV?
Sir, Link, Haussmann and Bush coaches. These are the kind of coaches that run in the Indian Railways right now. And the railway is doing both things, refurbishing and renovating the current
Why did they select Jhansi for that?
Sir, this proposal was made in the last year's investment summit done by the Uttar Pradesh government. Jhansi was selected because it is located in the Bundelkhand region.
So it is being done in public sector or private sector?
So it is being done by one of the PSUs of the Ministry of Railways. I'm not aware about the exact name, sir.
All right, okay. Tell me, Vande Bharat is only a marginal improvement. Do you agree with that? All over the world, and you must have traveled, I do not know. When you travel, even in an ordinary country, not so prosperous country, you find that the trains are running at a much faster pace. They adhere to time schedules. The washrooms are clean. And even the amenities are far better. And they make less noise. Why India has not been able to do that?
Sir, the reason behind is not that India couldn't do it. We were, in India, railways also plays an important social obligation role. So the capital expenditure by the Indian Railways was quite low a few years ago. In recent past, sir, we have done incremental changes as is visible in Amrit Bharat, Vande Bharat and even Amrit Station scheme. And we are also doing some revolutionary changes.
Like what?
Sir, the regions of Jammu and Kashmir and the region of Northeast, which were considered inaccessible by the railways, but the modern engineering marvels have reached there, and the difficult terrains of Meghalaya is also being connected.
But that is not very new. You go to Switzerland, even in difficult terrain, you got outstanding train services. So what is new? When you say that you are doing some exceptional work in Northeast, how do you say we are doing some exceptional work here? There is a difficult terrain, but not very difficult. What is so difficult about the Northeast?
So the tunneling technology that is being used there, and
But we have got a lot of expertise in tunneling. All our metros are using tunneling in a big way. Tunnel boring machines are there, and we are quite now experienced in tunnel boring machines.
so I will have to read more on that aspect.
All right. Secondly, coming to the speed, do you know when Shinkazas were introduced for the first time?
So it was in 1960s, but
Yes. और उसके बाद अब now we are talking about the bullet trains. After how many years? Almost 50 years. And then even then the first bullet train has not been completed. If you go to China, everywhere from Xi'an to Xinjiang or anywhere to Tibet, you have beautiful trains. Dot on time, very good quality of upholstery. And you do not find any discomfort while traveling. Why can't we do that? And that's a much more difficult terrain, Tibet and Xinjiang.
so after independence, we have made certain improvements like Rajdhani and Shatabdi Express were launched.
A long time back.
Yes, sir.
उसके बाद कुछ हुआ नहीं तो ठीक है. Suppose we say that the previous governments had not done it. But in the last 10 years, when we say the initiative which are taken by the railway, the criticism is that it is basically some kind of a suboptimal kind of initiative or marginal initiative. That is what I was asking you. Why can't we think very big?
So we are thinking very big. Even in this budget, we are introduced 3 new greenfield corridors.
All right. No, that has been announced. And let us see what happens thereafter. Okay. Tell me, what is the difference between an all-India service and a service like yours, which is a central service? So, what is the difference?
So, central service works under the union government, and throughout their services, they are the employee of union government. All India services are come under both the union and state government. When they are a part of state government, they work under the state governments, but their cadre controlling authority resides in the offices of the union government, sir.
When you say cadre controlling authority, what does that mean primarily? Are we born on the state cadre or are we born on the union cadre as All India Service Officer?
So, a member of the All India Services is a member of, has been assigned a particular state cadre, but the controlling authority, that is the authority.
No, that you have already told me.
Yes, sir.
So let me tell you that when we get allotted to a particular state or cadre, we are born on that cadre. We become the employee of that cadre. We come to Government of India only on deputation. When we say cadre controlling, that means only in case of termination and that kind of thing, and major punishment, that can be imposed only with the consent of the central government. All right.
Thank you for the information, sir.
All right. But in addition to that, my next question would be, what different attributes are required for an All India service versus the attributes required for a central service officer?
Sir, a member of the All India Service has to deal with more of the local level things, localized people, localized solution. These are the things that an All India Service...
That happens only in the initial few years. No?
Sir, I will have to read more on these two services and their differentiation.
Oh, very good. Thank you very much, Manas.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Manas,
Yes, sir.
so let me just read out what you have written in your DAF. You have written a paper titled Dalit Rape and Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989.
Yes, sir.
There is one act, right? Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989.
Yes, sir.
So what exactly have you written or contributed to that act?
Sir, in that paper, I analyzed the issue of rape of Dalit women. I studied certain cases and certain newspaper reports regarding the incidents that happened. Then I tried to formulate my conclusions with respect to the reasons behind this. One was
So
society.
basically, your paper was analysis of the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989, and you have taken some example or whatever is happening in the society, and you have summarized it.
I summarized it and I analyzed the 2015 amendments being done to the Act, and I also tried to provide certain suggestions for the future where we can strengthen the working of the Act.
So why have you parted ways from the main name of the article? I mean the Act, Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe. Why have you opted the word Dalit rather than taking the word Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe?
Sir, the title of the paper was Dalit Rape and Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Prevention of Atrocities Act, but due to the paucity of space in the online form of the UPSC, I have to delete the word SC and ST and use the title that is most commonly used by legal professionals, that is Atrocities Act. Sir.
You could have written SC and ST. That would have saved the space for you.
Sir, the focus of the Act is on preventing the atrocities. So I preferred the use.
This is what I'm saying. You have limited. I mean, I just want to understand whether you have written a paper on exclusively on rape, Dalit rape, or atrocities. Atrocities may or may not include rape. Yes, so I want you to substantiate whether it is limited to only rape or other form of atrocities.
No, sir. It is only limited to rape, sir.
So you basically have only analyzed certain section of that particular act, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then you have assisted author Dr. Sugdha Pritam on juvenile justice in Indian perspective. What's your assessment? How did you contribute, and what's your assessment on this particular topic?
Sir, my contribution on this topic was with regards to the international position and where we have borrowed in our Juvenile Justice Act provisions from those international provisions. Secondly, I also provided my inputs with regards to the suggestions and the challenges that the current Juvenile Justice Act witnesses, and we tried to provide a forward-looking approach on both procedural and substantive changes to the JJ Act, sir.
Please go on.
Yes, sir. So on the international issue, sir, I analyzed that certain principles that form part of the Section 2 of the JJ Act, like the principle of child interest, principle of family responsibility, have been borrowed from Beijing Rules and the UN Convention of the Child Rights. Moreover, the age of 18 years, which we have selected as a cutoff age to determine juvenility, has also been borrowed from international law, sir. And on my suggestions part, I recommended that we need to treat women juveniles differently than male juveniles. They are currently dealt similarly. And the procedural aspect, we provided that there's a system of separate juvenile police force, but most of the states have not constituted it. And the current police regime has been asked to carry forward the duties of that. That should be changed, and separate cadre for juvenile force
How
should
exactly
be.
would it matter? You know, if I'm police, I'm currently working in as a normal police. If I'm transferred to a juvenile police section, my attitude won't change until unless we specifically pick or select at the beginning itself, or we create a separate cadre of juvenile police.
Indeed, sir, that was my suggestion, that we have to create a separate cadre, and apart from police, we also need certain.
So you're suggesting that right from the recruitment
yes,
level.
sir.
Okay, since you are in railways, I've got two questions. And these are my last two questions. What is your vision for Indian Railway?
Sir, a railway system that caters to all and every citizen of each and every class, provides ease of traveling to people, and also contributes to Indian economy.
What is the current vision of Indian Railway?
So it is similar, that it has to cater each and every individual.
The carrier of the nation. Simple, crisp.
Yes, sir.
What is your vision? You agree to that vision?
Sir, I believe that the vision is right, and we have to move forward in that direction. We have to do work to realize that vision, sir.
In 75 years, we have not done anything. Okay, 3 priorities according to you for railways. 3 top fundamental priorities.
So one is the revenue problem. We have to solve our revenue problem. Secondly, we have to introduce trains that are cost effective and also have better infrastructure and better amenities for the travelers, sir. And thirdly, we also have to introduce, as Honorable Chairman sir suggested, high speed trains, not just on single corridor but on multiple corridors, so that people take or cater to railways more as compared to other transport services.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Manas.
Yes, ma'am.
So your optional is law also?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So tell me that what is your opinion regarding marital rape, especially in marital rape article IPC 375 exceptional 2
Yes, ma'am.
is almost exceptional. So why it is exceptional?
Ma'am, I believe that marital rape should be deleted as an exception, and rape
So
should be
that
treated.
that
Yes,
is my
ma'am.
question, that why we not consider, but still these things happen. We can't deny that marital rape not happens in our society.
Ma'am, it has been felt that there might be procedural issues if we delete this exception. It would be very difficult to see that when this has happened, when this has not, and criminal law might not be at the moment be trained enough to treat this as a crime. But yes, constitutional morality do believe that it should be deleted from as an exception, and I feel in the coming future, the case is also pending at the Supreme Court level. We will come out with a code of conduct or a system whereby procedural issues can be settled and we can move forward in a direction where it is not an exception.
Okay. So we have to work on that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So your work in, especially your extracurricular activities or work, case of Bablu Chauhan versus State of NCT of Delhi. What is that?
Ma'am, this was a case before the Honorable High Court of Delhi, whereby it asked the concerned amicus curiae to formulate its opinion on 3 issues. I worked as a researcher for the amicus curiae. The 3 issues were suspension of sentence under the Indian Penal Code, the fine and sentence in default of fine, and the third issue was wrongful incarceration, which was the most important crux of the
That
case.
is almost related to wrongful incarceration.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So there we provided our inputs with regards to the constitutional position. Secondly, established current criminal law procedure and IPC law on the matter, and some future looking changes. The Honorable High Court of Delhi endorsed our report and it referred the matter to the Law Commission of India. And ma'am, the Law Commission of India came up with 277th report in the year 2018 on the issue of wrongful incarceration, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So especially that, please tell me that what is the role of fast track court? Is it really helpful as compared to the special court?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm unaware about the differences in the procedural with regards to the fast track and the special courts. But with regards to their usefulness, it has been proven useful, and that's why the government has, over a period of time, enhanced their time period. It began
In some special cases, we have to go in fast track court.
Ma'am, POXO case currently go to fast track courts. Sorry, ma'am, I'm unable to recall.
Okay,
the cases.
so you are aware about the what is Nirbhaya Fund?
Ma'am, I'm sorry, I'm unable to recall the formalities regarding the fund, where it is used, but it is used to manage the fast track courts as far as my knowledge goes, ma'am.
Nirbhaya Fund is used for fast track court. Are you sure?
I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm not sure about it.
Okay. Okay, currently a report came out about the death penalty sentences in India. Are you aware about that? Sir, what is the current status of India, especially in death penalty sentences cases?
Ma'am, the report was formulated by Project 39A of National Law University, Delhi. While I haven't gone into the details of the report, but prima facie, what I read that people on the death sentence, the issue is still prevalent. Secondly, one thing we have seen a positive change where the Honorable Supreme Court has not confirmed any death sentence in the last 5 years.
The lack of evidences or police investigation also, because of lack of evidences also.
And thirdly, the report suggested, which has already been taken by Honorable Supreme Court, that the Bachchan Singh framework is not up to the mark for 21st century. We need better information providers to the court and something on the lines of American criminal justice system, where mitigation specialists are appointed by the court to help in formulating the sentencing jurisprudence can be done.
And most of death penalty given by the trial court also.
Yes, ma'am. That was also a part of report, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, my last question to you, that especially in the context of women, because your work is also on, especially in context of women also. So, especially in context of like, we can see that increased number of rape cases, gang rape also. So, what type of solution we have to figure out? How can we prevent gang rape cases?
Ma'am, the solution has to be multi-pronged, from legal to societal. On legal cases, on legal side of the issue, we need to increase our, I would suggest, special benches of the court so that these cases can be tried quickly and convictions can be secured. Secondly, prosecution, who carries the case in the court of law, needs to be strengthened. Their quality has to be improved, as in the Mission Shakti by Uttar Pradesh Police. And technological help can be taken. The mobile phones can be equipped with the SOS buttons directly to the police. On social basis, ma'am, I believe that if more and more women come out, the society and the state empowers them to join workforce, they are financially independent, then they can voice their support to the other victims. Moreover, they can also fight cases to the higher level of court so that it acts as a deterrent. Currently, it is seen that whenever such incidents happen, the accused do not view the law as deterrent in some cases. So we need to formulate a mechanism where law is used as a deterrent. So in these cases, social and legal solutions can be worked on.
Okay, so tell me that, is there any women helpline number given by the Indian Railway?
Ma'am, it is, but I'm not aware about the exact number. There is a number, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Manas. You were born in Udham Singh Nagar.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ठीक है. So, can you tell me what is your opinion in terms of Udham Singh killing Diab?
Sir, Mr. Udham Singh was a revolutionary and he carried on the killing of Michael O'Dwyer. And I believe that it was the right decision, because before independence, people of India were governed by the feelings of patriotism, and for them, any person who was a part of the Jallianwala Bagh massacre was not innocent. So that feeling fired Mr. Udham Singh Nagar to take that step, and I believe as an Indian, I would say that was a courageous and right decision.
But what significance this event had on the national movement? It was not very much contributing to India's freedom struggle. Can we consider it as an isolated event of revenge?
Sir, I wouldn't say that it was an isolated event or it had no impact on the freedom struggle. There were multiple events happening during the freedom struggle which do not directly affect the movement, but the stories of these kind of incidents went to villages and small towns, and people were fired up to take such kind of causes. They might not feel that they also have to take revenge against any British officer, but they came to know that something wrong was being done by the British government. We have to take up the cause, as was taken by Mr. Udham Singh, and we have to fight against the imperial government. So, as a messaging, this was a very strong event, sir.
So, such particular events led to Britishers calling those freedom fighters terrorists, and we as a country, we used to refer them as revolutionaries. So where do you stand on this debate, wherein revolutionary or a terrorist?
Sir, I would call them revolutionary because I am an Indian and those people, their acts were violent, yes, but the reason behind those acts being violent was they were not satisfied by the response of the mainstream national movement, and what they did was not to spread terror among anyone. They were doing to push back the British government and to prove the point that even we can take violent means to push you back, so don't harm us. That was the messaging, rather than spreading terror as we see terrorism in the modern world.
So how is it different than the terrorism in modern world, as in when we look upon organizations like Al-Qaeda, IS, even they are fighting for their particular land rights or their particular areas and their particular social structure, social institutions. They want things to be governed along their lines. Why should they listen to some other foreign powers? So do you think those people are terrorists, or they are also revolutionaries in their own country?
Sir, I would term them terrorist, and I would still term Mr. Udham Singh as a revolutionary because of two major differences. Mr. Udham Singh...
yes, leave Udham Singh aside. Talk about those terrorists. Why are they terrorists and why are they not revolutionaries?
Sir, they might be called revolutionary by few people who share their extreme ideology in their country, but overall they are terrorists because the objective that they are trying to achieve is not a good objective. The current international structure works towards providing relief to people of each and every race and ethnicities, and issues which they raise, like developmental lack or their people not being taken care of, can be done even by the current international structure. So picking up weapons and terrorizing the world for that is not the right solution, sir. So I think they are terrorists.
Okay, fine. Okay, my last question to you is, do you think Jammu and Kashmir needs to be given statehood back?
Sir, I do believe that it should be given the statehood back. And with regards to the plans of the government in that direction, I think this year, by the end of this year, it would be done almost on all the fronts, be it economic, security or governance. Things have normalized a lot. There are certain challenges in the Poonch Valley, as we have seen, but the Indian military is working on Operation Sarv Shakti, and by the end of this year, statehood should be given back.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So Manas, on the other hand, we found you an outstanding candidate in terms of everything. You see, it is not a question whether you are able to answer every question or not. It is, and you have gone through this. It is basically evaluation of your personality. Even if you are not able to answer 30%, 40% question, it doesn't matter at all. But whatever you answer, that should be based on good critical analysis. That's all.